Greetings and welcome to another episode of Trippy Food, and today we are once again joined by Tom Raymond, aka Old Guy in Colorado. Doodah. Good to see you, Tom. So the reason that we asked Tom to join us is because we are actually taste testing Tom's salsas and sauces. So he gave us some barbecue sauces and also a mango salsa, and we're going to try all three of those. Now, Tom doesn't sell these commercially, so I guess, Tom, is there some way you could, how could you get information on people what's in it, so if they want to try making it themselves, they can?
Well, I'll put a link to that on my smoked chicken wings video.
Perfect.
And if you want any of the sauces, I'll have a link.
All right, and we'll put the link on the end of this. We'll actually put a link to your episode so that people can watch the episode and they can actually get out to your channel.
Great.
And we'll have your information down below. So if any of you don't know Tom, which I can't imagine you don't, Tom has a YouTube channel called Old Guy in Colorado, and it's very creative. He usually does cooking for two. But he also tries really experimental kind of things, and for the most part, I haven't seen you fail at anything. Everything's been pretty good.
Well, yeah, I've been lucky so far.
All right, so let's go. I put them in the order that I think is mild to hot. So I did the Tex-Ex, and the roast. Is that right?
Actually, yeah, that's about right. That's what I would think would be mild to hot.
Okay, and then as we try each one, you can kind of say, what kind of chili you used in there, and anything you want to talk about the particular sauces, okay? And then as far as the mango salsa goes, we just put some of that over cream cheese, and we're going to have these wheat crackers. We'll try them with the wheat crackers. Maybe, I don't know, it's mango salsa, but what chili did you use in here?
I just used jalapeno.
Jalapeno, okay.
Well, and I also used some mild Anaheim chilies also.
All right, so we'll start with this. We'll go ahead and start with this. So anything you want to tell us about this mango salsa?
Not really, other than most of the ingredients were purchased local. They're organic, except for the mangoes. They weren't purchased, from a local organic grower, but...
No, I have to say that I'm really impressed by this because it's a really chunky salsa. There are these big chunks of mango. You can see the chili peppers in there, big chunks of chili peppers in there. So it's really chunky. So here we go. Now, to me, it's not really, really spicy. And again, that could be because you use mild chilies, but it also could be that I'm eating it with cream cheese, which will tame that a little bit.
It did, but I did use jalapeno. I just didn't add a whole ton of it.
Although I can say that I've had jalapenos before that I thought almost were hotter than habaneros.
Yeah, you're right. It does depend. I think it depends on the size.
Like the bigger ones are milder, maybe?
I think so. But in this case, I just grabbed a big batch. So
this is really good though, because it's really it tastes really fresh. I mean, it has that fresh kind of cool fresh taste to it.
Great. That's what I intend that for. So
now here's me thinking, I'm gonna go really good on fish.
It would.
I mean, not to cook with the fish, but when you're serving the fish, to put that on top of the fish, that would be really good.
Sure. Yeah. Absolutely, it would. Absolutely.
Okay, so let's move on to the sauces. So the first one we're going to do is the Tex. And what kind of chilies did you use for this?
There's no chilies in the Texas. Tex is just a short for a Texas pit type barbecue sauce. It should have a kind of a smoky, kind of a sweet.
So it's not going to have a lot of spice to it.
Not going to have any particular heat. It does have some nice spice. It does have some nice flavor, but yeah, it's not going to be spicy hot.
Okay. Now I decided to go with chicken wings. I just thought it was a nice palette for the sauces. The one I use is an organic, cage-free, blah 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 blah, yada 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 chicken, that's the only kind they had, honestly. But if you're gonna taste test something, go with something that really, is really. Don't go with your discount bin chicken wings or anything. If you want to taste the sauce, you want to see how good it is, I would do that. So the first one we're going to do is the Tex. These are nice and almost caramelized. So let's give this a try. There's a really nice sweetness to it. And it sticks to the chicken really well. It's savory, it's tangy. That's a good sturdy utility sauce. So I also have bowls here of the salsa, and I'm gonna dip because you can't get too much of a good salsa, right?
Yep. Salsa or sauce?
Sauce, I'm sorry. Well, salsa. Sauce in Spanish is salsa.
So yeah, I guess it's the same thing then.
That one's really good. Like you said, mild, not a lot of heat.
No.
Not much heat at all. Almost no heat, but really, really tasty. So, thumbs up on that one. And again, it's a good utility barbecue sauce. So it would go on anything that you would typically, if you're gonna smoke something or barbecue something, everything, that's a really good utility sauce for that. So let's go ahead and move on to the Tex-X. Now, what makes the Tex-X X?
Ghost pepper.
The ghost pepper?
Ghost pepper, and it is basic. It's the same sauce that you just had, only with the addition of ghost pepper chili.
Okay. Well, I'm looking forward to that because, bring the heat. All right, here we go. Still that sweetness, still taste that sweetness. Waiting for the heat.
I didn't put a ton in there, so it's not going to rage on you.
No, but it builds. So it starts out slow. So in your first bite, you get the sauce, the exact same flavor as the Tex, and then the heat starts to build. And it doesn't have like a strong ghost pepper flavor to it. It's just like the ghost pepper kind of lends heat to it. So let's dip and see what happens. That is good.
You can't go wrong with that. With any of these, try that on some smoked ribs or something.
When you get when you dip it and you get more of the sauce in there, you get the heat faster. Because the heat kind of cooked into the kind of cooked into the chicken, but the heat's definitely there when you dip, and it's like it's not painful. It doesn't take away from the chicken. It just, like I said, at the end of it, when that's kind of sitting on your tongue, it brings that burn, and so it's kind of like you get the flavor, and then the heat comes in at the end. So you finish with a nice little burn. But it's really nice. I mean, it's not like there are very few things that are labeled commercially as ghost pepper that, like when you eat it, you're like, oh my god, I can't handle this. Maybe I think Pocky has a ghost pepper chip that it would be very difficult for you to eat the entire bag. But almost everything else that I think there's a ghost pepper chip that Trader Joe's makes. And to me, it's like, it's hot, but it's not unbearable. But this is a really, really nice heat that comes in afterwards. And again, more when it dips and everything. So big thumbs up on this one too. It's like hard to say which one I like better, the Tex or the Tex-X. I'd have to say, Doodle's over there killing something. I'd have to say that I guess it depends on the application, right? They're both really good, One of them, if you like, let's say you're cooking for people who don't really like a lot of spicy stuff and everything, then the Tex-Ex is perfect. And then if you want people who want you to bring the heat and everything, the Tex is perfect. And then if you want people who want you to bring the heat, go with the Tex-Ex, right?
Yep.
So now we're going to finish with roast. Now, before you tell me what's in it, my first observation is that this one just seems like it's a little more chunky. If that's the right word?
It's consistent. It's got a different texture and consistency. Definitely.
What do you attribute that texture to?
The method of preparation on this one.
Okay. So what do you have chilies in here? What chilies did you put in here?
This one has Serrano Chilies.
Serrano, okay. And again, it's one of those things where it depends. There's a range, right? And if you're in the top, yeah. So let's go ahead and try this. Completely different flavor. This one's not as sweet.
No.
Is that intentional?
It is. This was meant to bring on a different flavor combination than you're normally going to get with a barbecue sauce. They tend to be a little spicier, and not spicier, but a little sweeter than I like sometimes. And I was just looking for a different overall flavor profile.
Yeah. It's really nice. Like if you like you said, if you don't want that sweetness on some meats you'd prefer not to have that sweetness and everything, that one's perfect. So I'm gonna dip this. Should I be cautious?
Well, Serrano pepper cautious.
It definitely has a completely different flavor.
This was a fire roasted.
But it has more of like a vegetable flavor to it.
Right. And that's because there's it's almost all fresh vegetables. There's only a smaller percent.
So are these all vegan?
No. The roast is, but the Tex has a beef base or a beef consommé.
Yeah, you can like I said, you can taste that garden flavor in the roast. So let's say you were for some reason you wanted to barbecue tofu. There's your guy right there, the roast. So okay, I guess I have to pick a favorite. So I'm really torn. Like I said, the Tex is nice if you don't want that heat, and it's really identical to the Tex-Ex, except the Tex-Ex brings the heat and the chili flavor. But the roast is really nice. This one's a really hard one to pick a favorite. It's like each one seems to have its own application, like when you would actually use it, and all three are really good. So probably for the first time in the history of Trippy Food, I can't pick a favorite, right? Now, in a lot of cases, I can say, I like this one the least, and I can't do that either. I don't dislike any of them. I mean, like I can't even say like this one's not this one is inferior to this one or something like that. I can't do that either. Like I said, all three really good, and as you taste them, you think that there's specific applications for each one of them that would be really, really good. So yeah, I guess for the first time, I can't pick a favorite. I'm just going to give a big thumbs up to all three of the sauces and the mango salsa. Big thumbs up on all three of those.
Thank you, Val.
Well, Tom, thank you for sending the sauces. These are really, really good, and I don't think they're going to last too long. Again, if you're watching this episode, this is not something that you would be able to get commercially, but we'll link Tom's smoked chicken wing episode at the end of this video, and if you click on that chicken wing, it'll take you to that episode, and then leave a comment on there if you want Tom to provide a recipe or more information about how he makes this. But thank you so much, Tom. These are excellent.
Thank you very much, Val. I appreciate you giving me the review. That's awesome.
Well, it could have gone horribly bad if you made bad sauces. So, just putting it out there and being honest with you, Tom.
Well, that's awesome. I appreciate it very much. My sole purpose is that you and hopefully other people will enjoy. So,
okay. Well, there it is, Tom. What do you want to call this? Something like just call old guy sauce, old guy barbecue sauce?
Yeah, Old Guy barbecue sauce sounds good.
Okay. Old guy barbecue sauce. That's what we'll call the episode. Old guy barbecue sauce. Old guy barbecue sauce. Old guy mango salsa. If you want to find out, again, follow the link. Ask Tom. Tom will give you information on it. I highly advise it because it's really, really good. But remember that it's crazy out there. So please take care of yourselves. Take care of others. Be careful, and we'll see you soon. Thanks for checking out Trippy Food. If you enjoyed watching that video half as much as I did making it, well then I enjoyed it twice as much as you did. And if that's the case, you'll probably like this video right here. And if not, check out this video right here. That one's a little bit different. Either way, leave a comment down below. And be sure to subscribe by clicking on the Trippy Food icon right here. Glad you could make it, and we hope to see you again soon.